Hey guys, my name's Bethany and welcome to another video. Today we are doing another Sims 4 speed build, and this one is going to be a Cape Cod style home in Brindleton Bay. I looked on Pinterest, as I do for basically everything that I build, for a little bit of inspiration, and I took a little bit from several different houses. I didn't stick to just one as an inspiration. And boy, did I have to cut out so much of this recording. I think in the end, I built it over the span of like 3 days, on and off throughout those days, and I had to cut out like a lot. It was over 10 hours of footage. I think is the longest I've ever spent on a build, like ever. But I just got really into it. I really liked it. I created a family for it, and there are 8 people in the family, which includes 2 dogs, so I just got really into it. I wanted to put some personality into it, and in the end I think it looks pretty cool. I did end up taking out a lot of the floor plan as well as the landscaping and stuff, because even after I cut out all the stuff I didn't want to show, it was like an hour-long video. And I don't think anyone wants to watch that. Not that I think anyone wants to watch my 33-minute long video, and I have no idea what I'm going to talk about for this entire 33 minutes. There might be some parts in the middle with just music, so sorry in advance. But yeah, I did cut out some extra stuff. I cut out most of the bathrooms just because they all look basically the same in the end. And I cut out the landscaping and stuff. So you'll see in the screenshots at the end, if you stick around, what it all looks like and all that jazz. This is obviously a 2-story home, and in the back there's a little patio, there's going to be a little porch, and then they also have a decent backyard. It's mostly just grass because I feel like they would be like an outside active family, and I'll tell you more about them in just a second, so you'll see why. But they have a pretty open backyard, a kid's play set. They have one of those ponds that I haven't really ever used in a build before that you can stock with like piranhas or sharks or whatever. And of course like koi, but where's the fun in that? So I do end up putting piranhas in it. And you'll see why, I think, in a second too, because it really ties into the dad's lifestyle. So as you can see, I'm just doing a little bit of... I spent a lot of time upstairs trying to figure out what pokes through the roofing detail there, and what I can get away with that the walls don't poke through on the outside. So that's quite a big space. They have a very nice house. So I guess we'll just get into the family here so I can stop beating around the bush. So I named these guys the Smiths family because they're supposed to be just like your normal regular family that doesn't cause any issues and that no one would suspect of doing anything bad, and the majority of the family doesn't. However, and this is a pretty like used storyline, I guess, so it's nothing new, but the dad, his name is Garrett, and he is a secret agent, so he has a little like underground lair under their bedroom, under the master bedroom, and a little ladder getting down there. So he has like a meeting area, a little spy room. So he is a secret agent. I suspect that he is mostly good, and he kind of like, you know, James Bond style, does some not so good things sometimes, like murdering people or whatever, but he's murdering the bad guys, so that's what counts, right? And he is married to Jenny. She is a doctor, so I feel like they have probably very good money. So they're not hurting for money or anything, but she is a doctor. She works, I don't know what kind of doctor she would be, maybe like oncologist or something. But she is family oriented, self-assured, and she's also a perfectionist. So I feel like she's one of those moms the kids would get very annoyed with, especially the teenager, because she's very perfectionist. She likes her house to look just so, and like a show home, and wants them to do all their homework the moment they get home. I feel like she's one of those moms, but she does it because she loves them and she knows what's best for them. So I feel like she's one of those moms. And then moving on to the kiddos, we've got a teen. His name is Oscar. And he is lazy, gloomy, and a quick learner. So he is very much into like, I don't know that he's a goth, but he has piercings, he likes black, he is a big video gamer, he is just one, he's a teenage boy who's going through some angst. And he has his own room upstairs with his own bathroom, so he's kind of like, he's got the most out of all the kids. The other 3 kiddos share a bathroom upstairs as well. I couldn't get another one in. I mean, I could have converted one of like the roof areas into another bathroom, but it just wasn't really working out. So the other 3 kids share a bathroom upstairs. There are 5 bedrooms and then 4.5 baths in this house. So there's like a powder room downstairs off the living room and the kitchen. And then 2 upstairs, and there is a guest bedroom downstairs, as well as, of course, the master, so. And then the other 2 kids, or I should say, and then the 2 children in the family, they are twins. They're Axel and Alea, or Aaliyah, probably Aaliyah, Axel and Aaliyah. And Axel is a child of the ocean. I have a feeling he wants to be a marine biologist. He is part of the Scouts, which I've actually never played that storyline before with a kid where they become a llama scout. So I actually need to play with this family a little bit, I think, because I really like them. And it's something interesting and new that I've never done. And then his twin sister, Aaliyah, is a green fiend, so she is very much into the environment. I have a feeling we're going to put some solar panels and wind turbines around the house, and I have a feeling that's because of her. Like, she made mom and dad put some green stuff on the house. So between those 2, they're very much into the nature and their environment and all that kind of stuff. So those are the 2 twins, and they do share a bedroom. And then the toddler is Holly. She's upstairs as well, and she is the typical little girly girl. She loves pink. She has a princess playhouse in her room, and, all sorts of just girly stuff. And I have a feeling this family, I think Jenny would be one of those people who's very, like, feminist, choose for yourself what you like. She wouldn't force her kids into any like gender roles or anything like that, but I have a feeling Holly chose this herself, so that's what she chose. You can see I'm getting like a big headcanon for this family. I do that. It helps me furnish, even though like the living areas or like the main living areas tend to be pretty like, pretty generic, whatever. I feel like I get better at decorating their bedrooms and stuff if I have an actual storyline for them. And then the last 2 family members we have are the dogs. We have Stella, she's a Dalmatian, and then Dean, the Corgi. And I love whenever animals, especially dogs, have people names. I think it's so funny. And really fitting, so I think all of my animals will always have people names. And I did put a little dog door off of the kitchen that goes out into the porch so they can go in and out as they will. There's also going to be a dog training area off to the side of the house, which I've only played with a little bit in the past, like the hoops and the tunnels and all that. I haven't played with a ton of the dog training stuff, so that'll be fun to play around with. And they have an area for their leashes and their dog bowls right there in the kitchen as well. And then their extra food and stuff is in the laundry room. There's a laundry room downstairs right off the guest, or in between the guest bedroom as well as the parents' bedroom. And a problem I always have, you can see we're doing the living room and just main living areas, is that I make this area too big and I don't know how to fill it. So there's only like so much furniture you can put, and then you just have like a big open space. So to try and combat that, I did make the guest bedroom downstairs and reconfigure a little bit so that there's not just so much like open dead space. So they have like an interesting little diagonal wall the TV goes on. And I feel like that takes up at least a little bit of space. So as you can see, we are jumping around a little bit because, like I said, I had to cut out a whole bunch of stuff of me just like going back and forth and scrolling through beds and whatever. So we redid the parents' room, and now we're doing the laundry room. And I think we're gonna hit the guest bedroom next. It's a very generic guest bedroom. There's not much going on in there. And I enjoy putting the hampers downstairs, like right by the laundry. All the laundry in the house will go straight to those hampers instead of putting one in every bedroom. That way, whenever your sim is actually having to do laundry, they're not having to run around the entire house, finding all the laundry, taking it back downstairs. It takes way too much time. So it may not be super realistic to have all the laundry baskets in the laundry room, but that's what I do. And based off of all of the pictures that I found on Pinterest for Cape Cod style houses, it's very light, white, bright on the inside. It's very like open and airy, lots of windows. Like I said, lots of white. So I used white on a lot of the walls and then blue on some of the other ones just to give it that feel. I was trying to figure out what to do with the kitchen here. I ended up with an island, but I feel like it's a good sized kitchen. And then there's a whole bunch of plants around the house towards the end because I feel like plants make everything look better. I did make this house completely CC free, completely custom content free. I originally did use this coffee table that was just a resizing of the one we have in the game, I think from Island Living, that Peacemaker did. And they just sized down the existing coffee tables because they're so dang big. It's ridiculous. But I think I took it out and replaced it for the original one once I finally decided I was going to do completely CC free. So it should all be CC free unless I just happen to miss something here. And I'm making a little bench seat area. I saw this in a picture and I made it look kind of like it did in the picture. And I end up putting a whole bunch of chairs hidden within these little bench seats to make it look like pillows. I wish we just had pillow decorations, but alas, we don't. So I put some chairs and it kind of looks like pillows. I'm pretty happy with it. And like I said, we went for the lighter, brighter. I did use a whole bunch of cats and dogs in this build just because it's Brindleton Bay and that's the style they were going for. So I stuck with a lot of the furniture, especially was cats and dogs. And I just love the blue swatches in the furniture. And then I think it really complemented the white. So I just put a whole bunch of random items in all of the bedrooms and bathrooms just to A, remind myself, hey, that's going to be a bathroom. And B, just to make sure it's all going to fit. So I didn't start decorating and then go, oh crap, I can't fit a queen size bed in this room. So I always like to do that. Oh, another thing I decided to do was look on the gallery, and they're non-custom content, but not the pictures that just come in the build by catalog. So people make custom paintings essentially, just like your sim can paint a picture. People make the custom ones and then you can hang them and they're not custom content, but they still look cool and a little bit different from what we have in the game. So you can see I had a whole bunch of different ones from the gallery downloaded and put them all over. And if I can find those creators who made them, I'll try and link them down below as well. Yeah, but they don't flag as custom content, so it shouldn't be a problem. But I feel like I just needed a change of pictures. I feel like he used the same exact pictures all the time. And the custom content paintings that I like to use are my favorites. But like I said, I was trying not to use any of those, so I need something to fill in the space. I wanted to get a shower and a bathtub in the parents' bathroom, but it just didn't work out with the layout. I could have switched things around, but I just decided to go with a bathtub. But it's really easy. Your Sims can just walk over to the guest bathroom or upstairs if they want to use a shower. So we put a tub. I really would like some more of the combined shower tub combos that look just a little bit more modern or classy. Like, I feel like some of them, obviously one of them came in parenthood, and that's definitely what they were aiming for, was like kids family style stuff. But this is obviously like, Jenny is very fashion or design forward, so she wouldn't want something with a pink shower curtain or a green tub or whatever, you know. And then the plain white one looks like very builder grade, almost a little outdated, so I wish we had some more, hopefully in the future. They are having a new expansion pack announced on the 20th of October, so that's going to be very interesting. It is currently the 14th whenever I am recording this, so I don't know what it's going to be. You may already know what it is. Are we happy? Are we disappointed? Who knows? But hopefully, for the love of God, they bring us more countertops, more bathroom stuff, and just more gameplay in this expansion. That's all I want. I don't want Star Wars. Fingers crossed. I know they said in their little letter that the Sims team put out a while back that they were not going to be including farming or updated babies or bunk beds or basically anything we've all been asking for, or cars. So I'm really interested to see what they come up with. I've seen lots of different speculation going around that it could be a farming pack or a winter wonderland pack where you can do more stuff in the winter, though I don't know how they'd get around that because that came with seasons. So would you have to buy seasons? They wouldn't do something like that. I know they always make their packs free. They can stand alone, at least mostly. So who knows? We'll see what's going to happen here in about 6 days. You'll probably know more than I will. We are working on the parents' bedroom. Like I said, this is at the time where I was still just putting his spy stuff in their bedroom. But I have a feeling that Jenny wouldn't want him to. I feel like she would want him to lock that away somewhere else. So we end up taking all his stuff and right there in the corner putting a little ladder so he can go down, and her bedroom still looks pretty and clean. And like I said earlier, the 2 twin children are very eco-friendly, so out in the backyard we're going to have, like I said, solar panels and wind turbines, and then we're also going to have some flower pots, or like the planters, and then some bees, and then a grub house as well, a little insect house with grubs in it. And like I said, it is October 14th whenever I'm recording this voiceover, and it is so hot here in Southern California. We moved here almost a year ago exactly. It's been a year and 14 days because we moved on October 1st here. But we've been in quarantine for so long and lockdown, especially since because of my husband's job, we still can't go out to like restaurants and stuff. Still kind of more on lockdown than even people in other parts of Southern California are at the moment. So we've been spending a lot of time in the house, and we haven't been able to explore a ton. I mean, we explored before March, but we were so busy getting the house set up. We had our entire family over for Thanksgiving last year, so we had to hurry and get everything set up in a month and a half for all our family to come. And we were just really focused on getting things unpacked, and then we renovated the downstairs floors and painted and did a whole bunch of stuff on the house. So we spent all winter, or what is technically winter in Southern California, I guess, working on the house, thinking like, oh yeah, during the summer we'll get out, we'll explore, and then we can't. So I'm really excited for everything to hopefully open back up whenever it's safe, of course, so we can go explore a little bit more. We have been driving around a whole lot in the area, so even if we can't get out of the car and go on the beach or whatever, we can still go look at the ocean and all that jazz. So we've been doing that, and then I think I've cooked more in this past year than I have in like the last 3 years combined. So we've been trying a whole bunch of new recipes. I made some chicken tortilla soup the other day, which was really good. It was very chicken heavy, the recipe. It was basically like chicken with a little bit of water and beef broth, but it's really good. And I made it a little spicy. And then we also made some mushroom raviolis with a sage butter sauce, which was really good. Highly recommend looking up a recipe for that. I follow a whole bunch of people on Instagram who do a lot of cooking, so I just get recipes from them so we can try it out. But yeah, besides cooking, going on drives, working on the house, and then of course reading. I do have a reading channel, or a book YouTube channel I should say, and then a blog and an Instagram all focused on books and discussions and photography and stuff like that. So been trying to up my reading counts. I set a goal for 100 books to read this year, and I am currently at 80, and by the end of today I should finish an audiobook, so I'll be at 81. So I only have 19 left for October, November, and December, which should be fine. I mean, but based on the amount of books I've been reading recently, it should be fine. So I'm technically in the middle of 3 different books. One is an audiobook, one's a fiction book, and the other is nonfiction. So I'm not getting them mixed up or anything, but just been trying to stay busy. We're really hoping the weather at least cools down a little bit. Yesterday it was a high of 98, and then today it is 92. I'm currently in a closet because it has like the best sound acoustics, I guess, so I don't hear a lot of the noise from outside, or my husband is home and the dogs are walking around. So it is very warm in here. You can probably hear the fan on my laptop kicking up because it's a little warm too. Back to the house, I guess. We're about to do the upstairs and putting flooring. We just finished the kitchen, and I did put a Don't Wake the Llama table upstairs. I've actually never played with that with my Sims either, so hopefully they'll enjoy that. There's a grandfather clock. I feel like they had probably a couple heirlooms passed down from maybe their parents or something. So that's up here. And then we're about to do the twins' bedroom, and on the left side is going to be Aaliyah, and on the right is going to be Axel. So you'll kind of see I switch up the wallpapers a ton. I couldn't really decide what I wanted to do, and I switched the beds several times too, because like I said, they're very like environment focused. They're very green friendly, so I wanted some like sustainable looking stuff. I feel like instead of getting a new bed, Aaliyah would have been like, Mom, let's go to the thrift store and get one that we can paint or something, because that's what she would want to do. So I tried to make it look kind of like that. Like the beds are pretty similar and they painted them white so they looked almost the same, but they're definitely like thrifted or something like that. At least that's what I was going for. I don't know. I probably got way too much into characters because really, if someone does end up downloading this house, they're not going to have that same family, so who cares? But I'll put a link to both the house and the family down below if you have any curiosities, if you want to play with them yourself. But I think it ended up looking really good. I tried to detail it up, but also, like I said, I feel like the mom would be she wanted it to look almost perfect the whole time, so there wouldn't be a lot of clutter. So try to keep it realistic, I guess. And we're putting in the dog stuff now. So leashes, bowls, there's going to be a little mat underneath the bowls later. And I'm just trying to detail and clutter up the place. I also put both a gaming console by the TV down there, and then what would be like an Alexa or like a bot down. I've never actually used that in the game either, but it looked fun. And in the twins' bedroom, they're gonna have one of those little like puppet theaters in between their beds. They're gonna have the big stuffed dog. It's a Dalmatian, so it looks like Stella, their dog, which I thought was cute. They'll have toys. There's going to be obviously like the little scout badge easel section, whatever it's called, because Axel's in the Scouts. And then Aaliyah is going to have a little creativity table over here where I think maybe she like drafts up her future green stuff and, you know, lots of environment stuff. I feel like she's very proactive. And then Axel is getting like a turtle because I said marine biology. And then we finally end up on the wallpaper that I actually end up with, I think is this one. But I didn't want just white, but it's at least neutral enough that they have a lot of colorful stuff in their bedroom. So I didn't want it to be super cluttered. And then, oh, it looks like I put in one of like the little science stations as well. And they got the eco dollhouse out in the hallway. Both Holly, which is the toddler Holly, also has a dollhouse in her bedroom, but it's the princess one, and I feel like she wouldn't want to share. So we have the other one in the hallway for the other kids. And I think I do end up putting the toddler slide outside if I keep it. I don't really remember. But like I said, her room is very pink, girly, and I went through trying to find the perfect curtains and stuff. As is the Sims. You know, none of the pinks actually match, so I ended up having to throw some purples in there. So I wish there would be like one specific color palette. I mean, I'm not saying we have to have a color wheel like we did Sims 3, but it would be nice. At least just for specific items, so that you're getting the exact shade of pink that is on her bedspread, could be on the rug or something, you know, so things would match a little bit, but I get it. We can't have everything we want. And of course, I used the very amazing Eco Lifestyle toddler bed because it's amazing and it has a little canopy and I feel like she would love it and feel like a princess. And of course, it is spooky month. It's Halloween month, as I call it, or October. And we've been watching a whole bunch of Halloween movies. We've watched so far Practical Magic, Casper, Halloween Town, and then I'm going to watch Charlie Brown, It's the Great Pumpkin. I'll do that by myself because Cam, even though he's an amazing person, does not like Charlie Brown, so I guess everyone has to have a flaw, right? And then we are going to probably watch at some point during the month Beetlejuice, and I always watch Rocky Horror during October, but Cam doesn't really like that one either, so I'll probably watch those by myself while he's at work. He works nights, so during the daytime he's asleep, and at nights he is at work, so one of those times that he is indisposed, I guess I'll watch him by myself. And then on Halloween night, I always watch Hocus Pocus while I'm handing out candy. I don't even know if we're going to have trick-or-treaters this year. I hope so, because that's one of my favorite things, is I dress up like a witch, I put on Hocus Pocus, and I hand out candy. So fingers crossed we'll have some sort of safe way to do trick-or-treating this year. Holidays are going to be so strange. We're probably not going anywhere for Thanksgiving just because of work regulations and other things like that, but fingers crossed. And then for Christmas, we are going back home to my parents, so I'm very excited for that. We've already bought our plane tickets, so I have something to look forward to, and I have the countdown going on my phone, so fingers crossed that comes sooner rather than later, and we get to 2021 so that maybe all this horrible stuff will just go away. Fingers crossed. I'm putting in some fencing here on the house. We're gonna do the little dog area. I thought about putting fencing all the way around, but I decided didn't really need that. They're up here kind of by themselves. They have their own little separate area overlooking a cliff on the ocean, and I don't think they'd have a whole bunch of people walking around. So at least in real life in The Sims, there are always other people walking around and getting in your business. But you know, I think it looks great without a fence. I do put a debug fence at the back, so it just has a little bit of separation for their yard, but I think it looks great. They do have some benches outside. They have a little outdoor dining area here with the umbrella. And that's going to be about it. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did so more people can find us, and subscribe for future content. Check out other videos on the channel if you'd like. We do Planet Zoo, Sims, and we're gonna have some more coming soon. Also check out my other YouTube channel for lifestyle and books, my blog, which I'll link down below, and my Instagram. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!